Hello my motor enthusiasts. You're revved up for another episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hi there Enzo Watts. I hear we have an intriguing comeback story today.
Absolutely, we're diving into Alex Albon's audacious journey back to the Formula One grid.
He used statistics to pitch for his spot, didn't he?
Right you are. Albon leveraged data from his days at Red Bull and compared his performance with Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez, all relative to Max Verstappen.
And it seems that he had quite the struggle during the 2020 season.
Indeed. He trailed Verstappen in qualifying and race results quite consistently. Albon only led for 28 laps against Verstappen's 728.
That's a daunting gap to overcome, no wonder he sought to make a case with numbers.
Correct. Despite being often off Verstappen's pace, he argued his performance was better than his two previous teammates.
All to gun for a seat with Williams. Did his statistical pitch work?
That's the grand question, isn't it? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating saga right here on F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Indeed, looks like we have a thrilling discussion ahead of us.
Welcome back, Motorheads. Your usual host, Enzo, at the helm.
And you're joined by William today.
You heard him. Ensure you're subscribed and that notification bell is dinging for daily updates from F1 Motor Fever podcast. Thanks for your support. Now, full throttle. Let's dive into our topic. So, Alex Albon found himself replaced at Red Bull by Sergio Perez after the 2020 season. But he didn't take it lying down, did he?
Absolutely not. He actually leveraged his role as test and reserve driver to collect valuable data from simulator sessions.
And he used all this data to approach team principals when he was considering a comeback.
Correct. He presented an Excel sheet with simple statistics comparing his own performance with that of Pierre Gasly, whom he replaced, and Sergio Perez, who replaced him.
And it wasn't just about speed and qualifying, it was about race performance as well. All of this was measured relative to Max Verstappen, who outqualified him in all 16 races.
Actually, it was all 17 races, not 16.
Oh, my apologies. You're absolutely right, it was all 17 races. Also, Albon only led Verstappen by 28 laps, while Verstappen led by a whopping 728 laps.
And Albon made a poignant point about the gap between himself and Verstappen. It was often larger than the gap between Verstappen and Gasly when Gasly was his teammate.
That's right. He used this argument to bolster his chances of securing a seat with Williams. Quite a strategic move, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Shows his determination and resilience in the face of adversity.
Remarkably, Albon didn't hesitate to present his case. He actually compared himself favorably against not just Perez, but also Gasly, the driver he originally replaced at Red Bull.
Yes, despite his challenging year, he considered himself better than his two predecessors. It was a bold move using those statistics like that.
After all, numbers don't lie, do they? That hard data must have made quite an impact.
It definitely would have. And let's not forget, it was that same data that helped him win his seat at Williams. It goes to show the power of informed decisions and strategic moves in this sport.
Absolutely. The drive to perform, coupled with strategic decision-making, can really make a difference. Let's take a moment to appreciate Albon's resilience and resourcefulness. In the face of adversity, he found a way to turn his situation around. It's a great lesson for anyone who faces challenges, don't just step back, step up.
Well said. His story is indeed a testament to the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Definitely. And it's these kinds of stories that remind us why we love this sport so much. It's not just about the speed and the racing, it's about the people behind the wheels and the passion they bring to the tarmac. But we have more exciting content lined up for you in our upcoming segments, so stick around. William, what's the chatter online about today's topic?
Let's have a look. We've got a post from Hello Slowly claiming, quote, Horner, Verstappen the best F1 driver without a shadow of a doubt, unquote.
That's a bold claim.
Indeed, but Swapping 99 had some interesting input on this. He clarifies, quote, I think Max, where he is at the moment, is the best driver currently in Formula One. He's the world champion, and he is, without a shadow of a doubt, the very best driver Formula One currently has. Horner meant to say currently in F1, not historically, unquote.
That's an important distinction.
It sure is. But here's a funny tidbit from Auto98 in response to a comment about misleading headlines. He says, quote, "Haha, you put Mr. Cakes instead of mistakes. Not only am I going to point this out on here, I am going to post this to multiple other sites, furthering the reach of this unannounced marketing even further," unquote.
A cheeky one, that.
The conversation gets quite deep, though. A user named Mohada believes Verstappen could rank among the top 5 best drivers in the history of F1. He also argues that depending on who you ask, and what metrics you use, there might be 8 to 12 drivers that each belong in the top 5.
F1 fans never shy away from a bit of friendly debate, do they?
Absolutely not. They even delve into hypothetical scenarios, like could Verstappen have been successful in the time of Fangio, or whether Fangio would have made it past F3 in today's race cars. It's fascinating stuff.
Formula One fans never cease to impress me with their knowledge and passion.
That's what makes this sport so exciting. The fans are as much a part of it as the teams and drivers.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast, folks. We've delved deep into the intricacies of Formula One, with a particular focus on the masterful driving of Verstappen. We appreciate your company and would love for you to be part of our community. So, do subscribe and activate the notifications. You wouldn't want to miss out on our daily insights. And remember, sharing is caring, so let your friends know about us. Drop your thoughts in the comments section, we love hearing from you.
And remember, folks, we're here every day, burning rubber and spilling the beans on all things F1. Stay tuned because we've got some interesting topics revving up on the horizon. But no spoilers from me, you'll have to keep your engines running and your radios tuned to find out.
Absolutely, we're excited to share more engaging and thought-provoking conversations with you. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to see you in the next episode. But until then, always remember.
Pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold. Catch you next time, folks.